We're going to kick it off with the last couple sessions. We're going to have a great session by Nihar here on oh man, scaling your infrastructure. Total brain fart there. And then we're going to talk to some customers about some real world implementation stories. So let's give it up for Nihar.
Thank you. Big thank you to our customers and partners. Thank you for being here. In the morning, I think it was Jeff's session. Someone asked who's from London, and a bunch of people raised their hand. So is there still anyone local from London who's here? OK. Did anyone take the tube? OK. OK. So today we are going to talk about how you manage your cloud and infra scaling and costs. And the first example that came to mind was the London Underground, or the tube, right? So it's just appropriate to talk about the tube while we're in London, and I couldn't miss the opportunity. Scaling your cloud infrastructure can be a bit like going on the Central Line. Does anyone take the Central Line? I learned a little bit about the maps. Yeah. So if you're in at the rush hour, you don't know what to expect, trains get delayed. The other thing I learned was, so yesterday, on Tuesday, I went to watch a Champions League game between Chelsea and Benfica. And on one of the lines, the same line had 3 different destinations. So imagine being on the wrong line, and then it actually hurts you in terms of cost and time. So that's how we're going to think about our infrastructure and scaling costs, and how DigitalOcean is building products to help you with all of those. Today, I'll be joined on stage by Zois from Kios. He's going to share his story. And for me, my name is Nihar. I lead the product team for the infrastructure business at DigitalOcean. So that's compute, storage, and networking products. All of those I own. So if you think about cloud infrastructure and scaling, right, it's mainly 3 things that customers have told us about. The first is operational overhead. Now you may have some people on your team who are doing manual capacity gymnastics, for the lack of a better word, or you may not know how to scale your infrastructure properly. So DO has the tools, and we'll talk about some of those as you help in terms of your scaling infrastructure. The second, and probably the most important one, and we've seen probably 2 sessions on this already, is the unpredictability in cost. If you go to any other hyperscaler, one of the things that you're juggling with is, what is my bill going to be? How many transactions am I going to pay for? How much egress byte calculation do I need to do? So at DigitalOcean, we believe in simplicity and transparency, and more importantly, the predictability in pricing. We'll talk about some of those things as well. And finally, it's integration friction. So one example I can think of is you might have multiple tools, or what we see more and more today with mature customer deployments is a lot of customers want to run multi-cloud applications. How do you help customers integrate those multiple clouds together? We'll look at some of those examples as well. This year, we've launched a bunch of new features, and you saw a few in the keynote today as well, that help you with all of those three themes that you talked about. Now, you see a bunch of features on the screen, but what I'd like you to think about is the previous slide where we talked about those 3 challenges, and think of this more as a toolkit, right? A toolkit on how you can actually get scaling done, how you manage your costs, be it elasticity in compute, or how you get finer cost control, how you get tighter visibility or tiering in your storage applications, or how you scale your network from a global perspective. So what we're going to do is jump into compute, storage, and network. We'll talk about some recent product announcements that you saw, as well as some of the things that we've launched in the past year that help you with all of these scaling challenges. I have to go back to the London Underground example. I'm sure I'm going to keep coming back to that. So yes, there's going to be one more London example at the end. But if you think about managing your fluctuating cloud costs, right, it's as if you are scheduling the tube service for peak hour. You don't know what to expect. Sometimes you have a massive spike between the rush hour, between 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. maybe, then things quieten down. And how do you manage that, right? You're obviously not going to provision excess capacity. I mean, that would be equivalent to the underground operating at the same scale at midnight as it operates at rush hour. You're not going to do that. And the way we think about that at DigitalOcean is giving you the controls and the tools to help manage your scaling. Earlier this year, I want to say in January this year, we launched Droplet Autoscaling. Now with Droplet Autoscaling, you can actually set policies on your droplets that react to different utilization signals, be it CPU usage or memory usage, and based on that, you can really shape your capacity based on your needs. And this way, you can stay highly available during your peaks, and then you can actually come down when you don't have those, high peaks. We've talked about GPUs. I think we've talked about GPUs enough, so I'll keep this short. But the key point is every customer has a different choice about their GPUs. We have AMD GPUs, we have NVIDIA GPUs, and if you as a customer needs more of a turnkey solution, we have GPU droplets. If you need more control, we also have bare metal droplets to scale out your infrastructure. Because we are in the EU, I'm also happy to announce that yesterday we launched the the NVIDIA H100s in Amsterdam. So those droplets are now generally available for you as a customer. One of the things that I personally liked about DigitalOcean when I was tinkering with it, when I did not work at DigitalOcean, was the flexibility that DigitalOcean provides when you're starting off small. And one of the examples is if you're doing a small prototype or if you're doing a small test, we have a wide variety of what we call as shared CPU plans. Now, these are sort of burstable offerings. They're really good for small projects. But what we've seen from our customers is once you get mature, once you get that deployment set up, now you need to scale. You are running at production scale. And once you get to that scale, you need to understand what your options are. And for that, we also have dedicated droplets. One of the challenges that our customers have previously brought up is we don't have clean upgrade paths. If you're looking from a shared droplet to a dedicated droplet, sometimes customers are paying 2x and 3x just to move from one shared CPU size to another. I'm pleased to announce that today we've launched a few new dedicated droplet plans in the CPU optimized family and in the general purpose family. With this, if you're a customer who's moving from a shared plan to a dedicated plan, you will see immense cost savings. I think one of the examples the early adopters shared with us was they saved almost 50% from the previous upgrade paths that they had. And this is live in your console today. This one is my personal favorite. Has anyone heard of ideas? Who submitted on ideas.digitalocean.com? Okay, you don't count, but so one of our most requested features is coming live. If you think about short-lived tasks, right? If it's a test job or a CI job or your bursty autoscaling workloads, it is really hard to manage that when today at DigitalOcean, our billing granularity is 1 hour for a droplet. So imagine a customer who has a 20-minute or a 35-minute spike, and now they're rounding off to an hour just to use that droplet. So starting January 1st, 2026, I'm pleased to announce that droplets will be billed not at the minute, but at the second granularity with a 1-minute minimum. So this is going to be a game changer, especially when you complement that with droplet autoscaling. You can really spike your workloads for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and then you will get billed for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, not an hour. We talked about compute a little bit. I'm more excited to talk about some storage updates, a couple of which you actually saw in the morning today. But first, let's look at a couple of things we announced earlier this year that really help you manage your storage deployments at scale. The first one was around Spaces, bucket keys, access policies. Also, one of the top, I want to say it was one of the top 3 voted features in ideas.digitalexchange, digitalocean.com. So if you have credentials that really span a large surface area, it makes auditing difficult, it makes you harder to scale, and then it becomes a compliance nightmare. With Spaces bucket access keys, you can scope at a smaller granularity on Spaces object storage. And then your automation becomes safer, you are more compliant, and then you can manage your large environments and keep them separate as well. Again, this is generally available as of Q1 this year, and this has actually been one of the most fastest adopted products or features in DO storage. Keeping on the theme of compliance and audits and that whole enchilada, for the lack of a better word, our customers have unique needs when it comes to all of these dimensions. they need traceability, they need auditability, especially on storage. And one of the things that we launched last quarter was logging and traceability through Spaces access logs. Now, this is not just on actual Spaces buckets, but it also extends to CDN. So you as a customer can actually get a full traceability of what's been happening in your storage. And the way we do this is these logs go automatically to your existing storage bucket. So if you have any other tools that are running already for monitoring and observability, you can just use those on the bucket. We looked at this a little bit, but I want to dive deeper into cold storage. Chris talked about this in the keynote. Now, if you think about really the explosion of data when it comes to AI, it is just massively growing, right? But if you start peeling the onion and look at how this data is structured, right, a lot of this data is not hot. You think of compliance, backups. When it comes to AI, you might have model checkpoints that you're just keeping in case you need them, and then it just quickly grows rapidly, and it's hard to control. And our customers have been telling us for a while that even though they're happy with Spaces object storage as is, they want a lower cost tier. So today, we announced Spaces cold storage. This is going to be in public preview. So if anyone wants to get access to it, I think we've already enabled a few customers. If anyone wants access to it, reach out to the product team. One of the things that we fundamentally believe in is your data is yours to control. And even if you look at cold storage, we understand that from time to time, you will need to access that data. I won't take names, but if you go to some other cloud providers, if you start pulling data out from cold storage, they will charge you for transactions, they'll charge you for a retrieval fee. At DO, we believe your data should be retrievable. So what we are also offering as part of this product feature is you can retrieve data up to what you store. So if you store a petabyte a month, you can retrieve a petabyte per month. It's that simple. We won't charge you extra for that. Another launch, we didn't talk about this earlier in the morning, but I want to go a little bit deeper into this, is DO has been traditionally great at turnkey offerings. So today, does anyone use daily and weekly backups on Droplets? Okay. If you think about the compliance, the compliance story I talked about a little bit earlier, right? Every customer that you talk to will say, oh, this is great, the weekly thing is great, the daily thing is great, but could you also add A? Could you also add B? And if you poll 100 customers, every customer has a different compliance need, a different retention policy based on their business need. So today in preview, we are offering usage-based Droplet backups. With this, you get two different dimensions of granularity. You can get backups at a 4-hour window, at an 8-hour window, or a 12-hour window. What you can also do is decide how many copies you want to keep in terms of retention. So you could say, I just want it for 3 days, or I want it for a few months. And then you get to control how much cost that's going to lead to you. So there's no canned number of copies. You as a customer get the right control. Again, this is in preview. We've actually turned on, I want to say about 2,000 customers as of this morning. But if you need access, please get in touch with the product team or your account team. We'll get you enabled. This is the one that I'm most excited about. As you think about AI, and we talked about scaling and reducing costs, one of the things that customers tell us most is, hey, I have this GPU, and it's idle while I'm sucking data in. And if you start digging into why that is happening, okay, maybe they are pulling down a model from Hugging Face. It's coming over the internet. It's going to take 37 seconds, and the GPU is just sitting idle during that time. Or you have something in Spaces object storage. You're downloading that. It's going to take 11 seconds, and the GPU is idle for that. And what customers have also told us is, as they scale more on multi-node training or multi-node inference workloads, they want this fast, shared, concurrent access file system with high throughput. So today, pleased to announce the preview of NFS optimized for GPU droplets. With this, you can get the high throughput that you want for the most demanding of your AI/ML workloads, be it single node or multi-node, be it for training, be it for inference. Again, this is also in preview today. Please reach out to us to get access. I have a quick demo walkthrough of this that we can play now. Could we get the audio for this?
Data-intensive AI/ML workloads. It is POSIX compliant with support for NFS v3 and v4. To create a new NFS share within a specific data center, first pick the VPC network you want this NFS share to be isolated to. Then choose the share you need in increments of 10 gigs. Pick a name for your share that you need, and you are all ready to provision. It takes just a few seconds to get up and running with a fully provisioned NFS share. And once your share is created, you can get the coordinates that you can use to mount it and access it from your GPU droplets. Now let's look at an existing share that's already provisioned and attached to a GPU droplet. It's 800 gigs in size, and it has an IP address that ends in 16.2. DigitalOcean has a variety of GPUs for your needs. In this case, I'm using an AMD MI300X GPU, where that network share is now mounted. Here it shows the mount point of the same share, with 800 gigs of total size, out of which we are currently using 116. DigitalOcean's NFS offering is designed to provide high throughput for GPU droplets to be able to quickly load data on models and minimize on GPU idle time. Let's run a quick FIO test on this share to show how quickly you can load data from this mounted share. This test was designed to run for 30 seconds, but let's speed up to the end to look at the results. Looking at the stats for this run, we see that this GPU droplet can hit 1 gigabyte of read throughput to this NFS share per GPU. This is critical for rapidly loading data and models into your GPU clusters, be it training or inference. And that was a quick walkthrough of DigitalOcean's NFS offering for GPUs.
So in preview, you can hit 1 gigabyte of throughput per GPU. That's going to save you a massive amount of time as you're sucking in models and data for your training or inference workloads. We've looked at compute and storage. Let me quickly spend a few minutes talking about some of the networking updates, and then we'll have the customer on stage. One of the workloads that DigitalOcean is quite popular is streaming workloads because of our generous bandwidth. But what actually happens is these workloads are quite sensitive to latency. And traditional application load balancers, especially if customers use it, they can be a little clunky when you use that. So our customers have actually told us to make this better. So last quarter, we launched a network load balancer. Now, for the geeks in the room, if you know the networking stack, this operates at the layer 4 of the protocol, which is the transport layer. And it really reduces your overhead when you have these latency-sensitive applications, which are common on DigitalOcean. So with this, you can actually keep your latency under control. And then for your TCP and UDP workloads, they just scream compared to an application load balancer. This is generally available as of May of this year. We talked a little bit about multi-cloud. And one of the things that we're seeing a lot from our customers, especially as they scale, is they really want to invest in multi-cloud applications. It could be between DO and another hyperscaler, or it could be between DO and their own private data center. But managing that link is not easy. So if you go to a hyperscaler today and do their own equivalent of Network Connect or the dedicated line, one of the things that's super hard to do with a hyperscaler is they charge you for every egress byte that goes on that network pipe. At DO, we want to make it simple. We understand that you as a customer could have multi-cloud workloads, and we want to make it simple for you. So with Partner Network Connect, one of the ways we fundamentally changed the model is all you do is buy the pipe. We start at 1 gigabyte Gbps, you can go up to 10 Gbps, but once you provision that pipe, you can use the entire throughput of that pipe, and we won't charge you for excess egress. this has been one of the popular products for our customers, especially as they're building out multi-cloud workloads. One of the main challenges that customers also face when it comes to networking is the trust on IP. We've seen quite a few customers be unhappy because they've kind of tried to manage the reputation of the IP addresses. And one way to solve that is bring your own IP address. Again, I'm happy to announce that BYO IP is now generally available for you as a customer. It should be available in your console as of yesterday. With Bring Your Own IP, you can manage your prefixes, you can allot them to your DOKS nodes or droplets and make it seamless. That way you keep your IP reputation intact. The other thing that you probably also observe is, typically if you go to some of the hyperscalers or some other cloud providers, they take a long time just to validate your IP addresses. At DO, we are committed to getting that validation process done within 7 business days, so you can get up and running pretty soon. And finally, I want to share something that's in preview today, which is the NAT Gateway service. So as customers and their applications become more and more complex, you still have certain resources that need access to the internet, but they need to stay private. And the way to solve that is through a NAT Gateway. So this is in preview today. We already have about a dozen customers using this in production today. With NAT Gateway, you can really control your outbound traffic. It goes through a single resource while blocking all of the inbound connections. So your deployment can stay secure while you can still access resources outside. This results in a cleaner security boundary, easier to audit from a compliance perspective, and then it also reduces your operational overhead overall. With that, I'd like to call Zoe Spern from Chaos to share about their journey on DigitalOcean.
Hi. Thank you, Nihar. So my name is Joyce. I'm originally coming from Greece, but I'm the last 9 years in the Netherlands. And I work in a company called Kios as a principal DevOps engineer. So Kios has been around since 2008. And from the very beginning, our mission has been very clear: to empower professionals in the energy and commodity sector. What this means in practice is that we give people the tools to make better, faster, and more confident decisions. We do this through advanced analytical models, whether it's traditional assets like gas storages or power stations, or the newer complexity of renewables. Our software is built to provide a strategic edge. The goal is always the same: helping our clients turn data into insight and insight into action. Our work takes 2 main forms. On one hand, we offer software that helps optimize, value, and manage energy portfolios. And on the other hand, we provide advisory services, supporting our clients directly as they make critical market decisions. And the fun fact about Kios, we have our fair share of tech nerds, but we also have quant scientists, and they might share the same habits and dress code as I do. But together they bring the rigor and innovation that make our solutions truly stand out. So when you work with Kios, you're not just getting software. You're tapping into the combined expertise of technologists and scientists working together to help you stay ahead of the energy market. So we've been using DigitalOcean Droplets, Spaces, managed Kubernetes, managed databases, and networking products for quite some time to deliver critical CTRM, which means commodity trading and risk management, and ETRM, energy trading and risk management software and solutions to our customers. But we have faced a recurring and disruptive challenge in our day-to-day operations, particularly around disaster recovery. Whether during planned exercises or actual outages, restoring service often means that we had to spin up new infrastructure. And many of our customers actually depend on third-party services and APIs for data feeds like historical prices. So every time our infrastructure changed, they had to coordinate those changes with those providers to update the firewall rules. Some process that for us was very simple, for them it could take multiple days, leading to disrupted data flows. And as you can imagine, that's a huge problem when we're talking about trading and risk management. To solve this, DigitalOcean introduced us to their NAT Gateway in preview. With it, third-party integrations became completely unaffected by our infrastructure changes, eliminating completely those outages. We also started using Space's bucket access keys, which also helped us with tighter access management and gave us another layer of security. So the results have been phenomenal. What used to be a multi-day ordeal, long email chains, and annoyed customers is now entirely seamless. Infrastructure changes happen automatically in the background, and our customers don't notice a thing. We went from days of disruption to instant continuity. This is a perfect example on how DigitalOcean, continuous innovation like NAT Gateway and Space Access Keys, translates directly into tangible benefits. It helps us deliver faster, more reliable, and ultimately better services to our customers, solving real-world operational challenges in minutes instead of days. Thank you.
Thank you. So Kios was one of the first preview customers who previewed NAT Gateway. Truly appreciate your feedback. It made the product better. Thank you so much. So we looked at a bunch of updates that we recently announced in compute, storage, and networking. What I'd like to do is, there's one more London Underground reference coming. Yeah, you can wait for it at the end. But scan this QR code, get in touch with us. Some of them are available in your console today. Some of them you'll have to reach out to us to get access to from a preview perspective. But we also like your ideas. You saw a few features that came directly as a result of your submissions on ideas.digitalocean.com. So keep submitting your ideas, keep giving your feedback. As a product person, that is something that we thrive on. Now back to the Underground reference. I want to make sure I don't blotch this. So as you scale your infrastructure, we at DigitalOcean are here so that you can mind the gap in this scaling. Thank you.